Good afternoon guys, hope all is well. Quick video here, just wanted to break down Kiwi Yen, which was a position that was taken last week. It's just been so busy, I haven't really had the time to upload this. So this trade was actually just taken for a 1% loss. I'll explain the reasons for entering and the reasons for where the stop was, but what we can see here is a downward sloping trend line. This downward sloping trend line obviously is a negative confluence because I was looking to take this short, and in the back of my mind I knew that price is likely to come to this, so I was just wanting to play really a pullback play. On the weekly time frame, you can see, let me actually up. I go onto the daily and you can sort of get an idea of roughly where my position is just here. But if we go onto the weekly, you can see at that point of the entry, which is around this level here, we were at the weekly 50 EMA. You can see as well you had a rejection here, so you had resistance, which was support here as well, and that's just on the weekly time frame. When we go onto the daily, it's a little bit obvious. So we had this tweezer top. I drew this channel in. This channel's been in, so all as I done is I drew the lows and then I simply just copied this up like that, and you can see it's a perfect match. So it was just something I had just as an extra confluence. It's difficult to say really if it would even play out, because you do have this and this here, so technically you should be drawing it that way, 1, 2, 3, 4, so forth. So depends how you do it, but I had it there just as an extra confluence really. You can see we had this tweezer top here, so 2 tweezer handles, hammer candles, whatever you want to call them, and then we had a break of the trend line on the intraday. So when we go down to the 4 hour, you can see we had a trend line here, upward sloping trend line. We had the break, and I'll show you where I entered. So this here, I literally entered early in the morning. I can remember that. I woke up and saw sort of this bearish engulfing. Zoom out. Yeah. And I was trying to scramble to play it quick. Entered it here, which I think was just literally when I saw it. I think I got up really late. Yeah, so literally entered at 9 AM GMT on the 1 hour here. We just zoom in. You can see obviously we had the bearish engulfing. Stop was between, you know, over the highs. You could, the reason I could have done this and then had my stop literally here behind 618, but it's not worth it. I mean, it was a tight stop anyway at 30 pips, so you know, if you're putting your stop here, you're looking at like 15 pips. It's literally gambling. So 30 pips stop just so I had a bit of breathing room, but it's just, you know, when you look at it like this, entry was here, profit target would have been here, which is this key level here at 70.3. I mean, if we go out here, you can see, so key level, I was simply looking for prices broken this, looking to retest it here. We can go further out. You can see it's a you can see it's just a zone. You know, you've got a point here. When you zoom in on this, you've got a point here as well. It could have been lower with this, but it's very difficult to draw these. So just I always sort of tend to treat these lines as zones. You can see here, touch, 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 touch here. So somewhere in the middle of those, touch, touch. So it's a long line. So simply looking for some sort of retest, which would make sense really, because you'd want to retest and then you'd want to retest the daily 50 EMA before heading higher. Trade didn't work out, but I think it was a good trade. I don't really for price, I can see price coming up and retesting this trend line. Trouble is it's so overextended now. We are in need of a pullback, but we're quite far away from both EMAs. So that 4 hour 50 is so steep there. By the time price comes down here, it could simply just retest and carry on. And then the 1 hour, you can see it's rejected this 1 hour 50 EMA. So we haven't had like a break lower and then a retest. So nothing that really meets the strategy to take this lower. It is on my maybe list for the week, but I'm not sure at the moment. But you can see you've got this sort of monthly key level at 72.5 as well. Hope that helps, and check in soon.